Hey there, Wondering Watchers. I'm Sony Golden for The Vibe is Golden. Welcome to this special titillating edition of Tabloid Tarot, which unveils celebrity secrets in love, dating, and supercoupling. In today's titillating tabloid tarot, we're taking a peek at a rumored high-status couple. We are tossing BLACKPINK'S Lisa and Tag Heuer's CEO, FRÉDÉRIC ARNAULT, into the spotlight to be tabloid tarot. So let's see what sensational headline we have for Lisa and Freddie. Soulmates. Love. Soul family. Maturity. And promise. Responsible confirmation. Assurance. So these cards are definitely making it seem like there is some long-term connection of romance, love, family. It's not just a kind of crush. This maturity card, it kind of indicates that they are looking at this connection progressing. And I believe there is like rumors that Freddie had been in Thailand to meet Lisa's family. So it could be that there is going to be an engagement, or at least maybe like a promise ring, a promise bracelet, a promise watch that might be exchanged here. So let's take a look at the current status of their connection. We have the Seven of Swords. This is typically liar, stealer, cheater card, but it also is a card of trying to hide something, trying to keep something hidden. So let's kind of see. I mean, obviously, there's already rumors about their connection. We have the Strength card here. So it's almost a sense of how they're trying to hide how strong their connection is for each other. That sense of like how much the people around them have accepted this connection, or how much it's like almost trying to downplay it for whatever reason. I'm gonna see why. One more card for why. We have Two of Swords here. So that's like a sense of kind of indecision, needing to possibly make a choice. I wonder what kind of choice that would be. It seems like they are on the same page, so maybe there is something that they are trying to keep secret for a different reason. Let's see what drew them together. Another sword. You have Six of Swords. Some type of travel, some type of like movement. You've got this ferryman on a boat. I believe they were kind of rumored to have met at a Bulgari event in Venice, which, you know, Venice has a bunch of these like gondolas and things. So I'm going to pull another card. We have the Queen of Wands. So, Lisa being an ambassador of that company, maybe really caught Freddie's attention, like really drawn to her energy, drawn to her, looking like royalty, looking like, $1 million. So let's see what Lisa's feelings are about this connection. We have the Death card here. So it could be, maybe she's the one that's not too sure. Maybe it's Here in this picture, you see the guy on bended knee here asking or making a promise to the girl in the card. Maybe she's not sure about whether she wants to take that step. So, death is about change, transformation. It could be a sense of wanting to, having a sense of freedom, being single, and kind of that concept of love. And then once you find it, that's when the real issues come about. You start having bigger problems than, do they like me? It's kind of like, well, where are we going to live? How often are we going to see each other? Is it your place or mine type of thing? So I obviously more grand issues than that. So I'm going to see what's on the bottom of the deck. We have the 9 of Cups here. 9 of Cups, King of Swords. So it's almost a sense of this is a big decision for her. She's perhaps just been having fun, trying to live her best life, trying to be fulfilled in what she wants to do professionally. And so this is a big change. And it could be a good change. It's definitely something that is, aspect of maturing, growing up. So I'm going to clarify this death for her. We have the Justice card. That is a card of honesty, balance, partnership. So I do think it's a sense of letting go of perhaps a youthful single life and being more serious and needing to kind of look at prenuptial agreements and just more making it more real, I would say. And in the bottom of the deck here we have the King of Cups, Knight of Wands. So there is a point where being in love, kind of being together because you're drawn together, when that starts getting more into, are we going to actually go the distance and be committed and get married, it starts opening up a lot of fears, and kind of well, if what I say now is that kind of, am I bound by what I say now? Because it's almost once you accept a proposal, it's really hard to go back. Not that you can't, but it's almost a sense of needing to be very sure about what you want and who you are. So let's take a look at Lisa's kind of main fears or obstacles with this connection. We have here the Sun. So to me, it's kind of how she is going to, that joy of being free, of kind of living life for the pure joy of it, of being in the moment, but also being in the spotlight, kind of almost under a microscope. And to me, this being a fear is kind of maybe losing her identity to a certain degree, losing a sense of she has come to really embrace who she is as an individual, and kind of fear that this kind of takes away or changes that. And then we have this King of Swords here. And it could be, that this kind of represents Freddie. He's very much from a wealthy family. He's already a CEO of a famous watch company. He's basically maybe just almost a little bit not out of her league, but kind of Lisa being like bright or bubbly, or kind of being someone who is just like embracing life and being that kind of like Queen of Wands energy, and then being with someone who is just a bit on a different level, that's more like business man type. It could be that she fears that it's maybe a little bit too much maturity for her. So I'm going to pull one more card here for this. And you have here the Magician. And this is kind of, the Magician is someone who like recognizes their talents, their skills, the resources available to them, and can make like whatever they want manifest into reality. So it is a sense of, maybe Lisa fearing that on her own, she was kind of coming into that magician type of energy, and maybe feeling that Freddie might like overshadow her in that. And I'm gonna look at the bottom of the cups, or the bottom of the deck. We have Queen of Cups and Five of Cups. So almost like a sense of like being nurturing, emotionally nurturing, and kind of it's almost like a housewife watching TV. And with this Five of Cups, it's a sense of loss. So to me, it seems like Lisa might be a little bit more in her head, because she is dealing with that potential of like, not potential, of having strong love feelings for someone, afraid to let it go, but also possibly afraid of making, that big next step, and afraid of maybe losing a sense of self. So let's take a look at Freddie's feelings for Lisa, or their connection. Ace of Cups. He is definitely feeling that love, and really just like kind of offering that up to Lisa. Let's see what's at the bottom. We have Ace of Pentacles, Two of Cups. So really, he is definitely the person who's like pushing this forward, is like making that this opportunity happen. Maybe even when they initially met, he kind of used his clout, used his status to kind of get in her face, get by her. So let's take a look at his hopes for what's happening here. We have the Eight of Swords. So to me, it seems like this has to do with like insecurities. So it's almost like he hopes that Lisa gets over some insecurities. So I'm going to pull another card for that. We have here the Fool. It's almost as if he is like, his hopes are that like this can move forward, really kind of embrace that like rushing, like that leap of faith, like really going after this connection, but also like hoping it's both of them doing that together, that it's not someone just feeling like they're just gonna let him, I guess, do what he wants. I'm gonna pull one more card for that, for what Freddie hopes for this connection. We have the Nine of Swords. A lot of swords coming up. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Two of Wands, Seven of Pentacles. It's almost as if his hopes for this connection is that to some degree he hopes he's not making a fool out of himself, that he hopes that this isn't the wrong decision, because he's like feeling that this is right. He's definitely wanting that connection. He's definitely wanting to give Lisa what she wants. But to me, it's like he's also hoping that in doing this, that he's not necessarily going to regret it. But also, I feel like it has to do with her, and hoping that she doesn't feel like regret either. So I'm going to see what's the main obstacle for Freddie here. We have here the High Priestess. And this is another card of something being hidden. Kind of like a sense of like inner knowing. So it could be that he is very much like practical. And this feeling of being like emotionally drawn to someone and feeling this love for someone is a little bit overwhelming. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. We have the Ace of Swords. This is definitely about logic and reason. And Nine of Pentacles is kind of like, it's almost like what is like based on what you already know, like your truth or his truth is based on what he's established and what's around him. And kind of with Lisa, it's, you know, something that is almost like new to him, maybe because of her you know, being Thai, being like from a culture he's not necessarily familiar with. So I'm going to go ahead and get another card for his fears. We have the Nine of Cups here. It's almost making me think that, you know, the main obstacle is like not necessarily knowing if he can trust himself and whether or not like what he wants, like he kind of almost can always get what he wants, and whether or not this is going to be something that's fulfilling for him in the long term, because it's not something that he's used to. And we have Three of Swords and Two of Wands. So there is that potential like concern of being hurt when kind of like stepping outside of your comfort zone. So let's take a look at the external influences here that's impacting their connection. We have the Three of Pentacles. So this is kind of just like maybe their handlers, their managers, or PR people that kind of give them feedback about, you know, what's going on, maybe advice even about, you know, like their assistants or people who kind of like comb the internet and kind of is like, this is where, you know, they're connecting the dots on what's going on with your relationship. I'm going to pull another one. So we have here the Two of Cups. So here, to me, it's almost like they're like, you know, people kind of planning out and mapping out their relationship. And so to some degree, it might be like how much other people or people who know them are giving them feedback on their connection, and even people who don't know them, kind of like seeing how their relationship is progressing or growing based on like other people's opinions. So let's see what is next for Lisa and Freddie here in their connection. We have here the Seven of Cups. So this seems like a lot of choices to be made. A lot of options, could be kind of thinking about all their like homes, their jewelry, their money, like their wealth. Pull another card for why they would be looking at all those things. We have 8 of Wands, so it could be that Freddie is assessing the things that he has, and Lisa's assessing the things that she has for like potentially deciding like how they want to progress in this relationship, like moving in together. Should they even have some type of like, what's it called? Like written agreement about, when they travel, or like how often they're going to travel, or like where they're going to live, and in terms of who's going to like pay the rent and how much and so forth. So I get a sense that they are going to be making choices about like what's important for them individually and as a unit, because it's a sense of this connection really like maturing and growing, and maybe not wanting to be like taken for a fool. Maybe there is kind of a sense of needing everything to be out in the open so that no one feels like something is hidden, that whatever choices they make, it's like a joint decision and not necessarily something that was overlooked or just like assumptions were made. It's almost like trying to very much peel back the layers of their individual lives and making conscious decisions on what it is they need to talk about, like uncomfortable things that they need to talk about and agree to in order for this to advance further. So thanks for watching this special titillating edition of Tabloid Tarot. I'll see you next time. Take care.